I decide to hang about and open the last few crates in the long gallery. Dundooin is quite large, and the long gallery is rather cavernous, which means the slightest sound echoes and seems louder than it actually is. That's why I can hear a visitor approaching before I see the person, before they've even finished climbing the spiral staircase and crossed the threshold onto this floor. The footfalls clap as if the visitor is wearing dress shoes rather than boots or running shoes. I continue prying a crate open while I wait for the visitor to reach the long gallery. "There you are," an all-too-familiar voice declares. "You've been avoiding me, haven't you? That's not very nice, Mr. Murdoch." Magna Gala, won't she ever leave me alone? I set the crowbar on the floor and face the lass who seems determined to drive me insane. "Good afternoon, Miss Hartman." She stops near one of the large windows and rests her bum against the sill. "I've told you 100 times to call me Ashley. May I call you Errol?" "No, and I only use a person's first name if I like them." I point the crowbar at her. "Dinna like ye, Miss Hartman. Stalking is a crime, you know." "Stalking?" She smiles and shakes her head. "This is business, not personal. Some people just can't say yes until they've gotten the hard sell." How does she make that term sound filthy? I didn't want to shag Ashley, so I didn't care if she speaks in a sexy voice, or if she wears a dress that hugs her sexy figure. The low neckline doesn't bother me either, and her long brown hair does not make me want to fist my hands in it while I... But andonish. She's driving me barking mad. Ashley rests her hands on the sill, curling her fingers over the edge. "You can make this a lot easier on yourself if you just give in." I set the crowbar on the crate I'd been trying to open. Give in? What she wants from me is a disaster in the making. I will probably wind up in prison or worse. For months, Ashley Hartman has hounded me, showing up at random times just so she can catch me off guard. She always dresses in a way she must think will make me so randy that I'll do what she wants. I might be a treasure hunter, but I do not chase after phantoms.
As I climb into my car and yank the door shut, my mind keeps torturing me with images of Errol Murdoch. His muscular body, those gorgeous blue eyes, that silky light brown hair. Is it my imagination, or has he developed more muscles lately? He had a good body the first time I saw him, but over the past several months, he seems to have gotten more buff. Damn, that man can kiss. But I will never let that happen again. This is business, as I keep telling Errol, and I do not mix business with pleasure. Never. Not even if I know the pleasure would be incredible. Okay, yes, I'm attracted to him. So what? I do not seduce men into doing what I want. So, why did I say the word seduce when I was trying to talk Errol into going on my expedition? I start up the car and turn around too fast, which makes gravel spray up. Get a grip, woman. He's not that hot. Even if he is, I have willpower. As I drive out of the courtyard and through the massive wooden gateway, I can't help gawking at the castle walls and the building itself. I had never visited Scotland or the UK until the day I found out about Errol Murdoch and his treasure hunting skills. An article in an online magazine had mentioned him, though the story had focused on his cousin Magnus and Piper Lang, the fugitive who had evaded the Scottish bounty hunter for nearly 2 years. It turned out Piper was innocent, and Errol played an important role in helping to clear her of a murder charge. But it wasn't the murder that had caught my attention. No, it was the brief mention of Errol and his vocation. He travels the world, searching for things no one else can find and solves riddles no one else can solve. I need those skills if I'm ever going to prove the Grand Canyon treasure exists.